pan again. And, you know, I noticed the most of my views that I have on my recipes are for the comfort food kind of things. I know that I did nasobuco, and a lot of people seem to like that. So I figured, you know, why not do another comfort food? So today I have a recipe for you for a really decadent macaroni and cheese. And when I say decadent, I mean like beyond, okay? You should maybe only eat this once a year, and even then it's probably questionable. But anyway, so for the ingredients, and you may be able to tell by the ingredients how decadent this is going to be. We have our 4-cheese mix of a mascarpone. Sorry if I'm saying these incorrectly. We have a fontina, we have a cheddar, and I'm going to throw a brie in as well. And look on the screen for the measurements of all these ingredients. We're going to use this whole box of cavatappi. I like the cavatappi in this particular instance because of how much of the sauce it will hold on to. It's an S shape and it's a grooved S shape. There's a few other pastas that might work just as well. We're going to put bacon in this, right? Bacon and macaroni and cheese. Like, how delicious. Nice thick cut. I'm going to use about half that package there, okay? We've got heavy cream. We've got whole milk. We've got some fresh garlic. We got a couple of shallots going in here to enhance the flavors. We've got some mustard, some, what do we have here? Oyster sauce, believe it or not. Not a lot of that. And a lot of people get, you know, afraid of that oyster sauce, but it's really, you know, it really lends itself to a lot of recipes, okay? We've got some chicken broth here. We've got a little bit of hot sauce. And for our topping, when this goes in the oven to bake, it's going to be a baked macaroni and cheese. We have some breadcrumbs and some butter we're going to put on top of that, maybe a little bit of garnish on top of that. So there's a little bit of prep. There's a lot of prep. And any meal that's going to be this good and this decadent is going to require that kind of work. You know, there is a little bit of prep to it. Maybe save it for the weekend or whatever. But at any rate, we're going to come back and we're going to show you how this stuff starts to come together. First thing I'm going to do is start cooking this bacon, and we're going to render this fat. And again, it's probably going to be about a half a package of this bacon, and we're going to save the fat. And, you know, we're going to then use that as our base pot for putting everything into, and then putting it all together and melting those cheeses and then putting it into the oven for the final bake, okay? So we'll be back when we start putting all this stuff together. Okay, gang, so we've got our bacon here. This is our thick cut, just regular Oscar Mayer bacon. We're going to put this in our preheated oven, 425. This is step one. We're going to keep that in there for about 15 minutes. And then, you know, when we got our shallots chopped up, and we're going to put our bacon together, our cooked bacon, in this Dutch oven here. And we're going to start getting these ingredients together. And we'll be back when that bacon comes out of the oven. We got quite a production going on here. Our bacon's just about ready, okay? Our water's just about boiling for our cavatelli pasta, okay? So we're going to get this bacon out of here. We're going to claim all the fat. We're going to put it in a pan here. We're going to start it off with our chopped shallots and our fresh garlic, which is over there. And that's the way we're going to start this off. So once I start to get that together, we'll be back to show you all that, okay? Okay, gang, so our bacon is done cooking, and we've got our Dutch oven out. We've got our cooked cavatappi pasta, okay, so that's just come off. We've got our 4-cheese mix, and the next step is to go ahead and, well, we don't want more cheese in there. We've got enough cheese, but we want to go ahead and take our bacon and our shallots and put them back into the pan here, okay? And we're going to get this going, okay? And the next step after this is a little bit of garlic that we're going to get in here, along with the dry mustard and the oyster sauce, okay? So this is our fresh garlic. That's the oyster sauce here. This is the dry mustard over here. And once we get these onions, these are shallots, sorry. Once we get these clarified, then we're going to hit it with this. Then we're going to cook it for about 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to put in our chicken broth, and then we're going to reduce that by about half. And when I'm at that point, we'll be back and show you what's after that, okay? Okay, gang, so that's reduced by about half, okay, as you can see here. And the next thing that we're going to do is basically put the rest of our ingredients together, whatever's left. So it's 2 cups of whole milk. Okay, so I got this nice large measuring cup here. That's perfect for just what I'm doing. So this is going to be 2 cups of regular milk, regular whole milk. And we've got heavy cream, which is going to be another 2 cups. So you can see why I said in the beginning, maybe only eat this like once a year, because there's a lot of fat, there's a lot of calories in this, and you know, I don't want to say it's not good for you, but it's not good for you. But it's delicious. So we're going to take the cream there, and we're going to pour it in. You'll see over here on my right, we have our baking dish with our cavatappi that's ready to go. Okay. And so we're just going to heat this up a bit, get some heat going, and we still have our 4 cheese blend. Anyway, once this gets a little bit heat in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to melt the cheeses, but it's going to need a little bit of help, so I have the old immersion blender here. My oven's up to temperature for 400 for baking this. After we get these ingredients together in here, we're going to bake this at about 400 for about 15 minutes. But before we do, we're going to top it, because why not, as long as it's, you know, over the top anyway. We're going to top it with some breadcrumbs and some butter on top of those breadcrumbs, because, you know, at this point, all hope is lost. So we'll be back when all this comes together and I show you, and I'm putting it in the oven, okay? Okay, so here we are with the immersion blender. And it looks pretty good to me. Those cheeses are all melted in there. Okay, so I'm going to take this and pour it into our pan. And then I'm going to top it, and we'll be back when I top it before I put it in the oven. One thing I did forget is the hot sauce. So just going to dot that here and there. If you didn't forget like I did, you put it earlier in the recipe. I don't know, when it's in the Dutch oven, something like that. And that's enough. Okay, so I've topped that with, I don't know, probably about a cup of panko. I like panko. You can use regular breadcrumbs, some butter, and of course, some more cheese. Why not? So we're going to pop this in our oven. It's going to be in there for about 20-25 minutes, 400 degrees, and we'll be back when it comes out. All right, gang, so it's about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes later. I actually upped the temperature on the oven to about 4 1/4. I wanted to be sure that it wouldn't actually boil over in the oven. At any rate, this is our 4 cheese Decadent macaroni and cheese. Unbelievable. So let's take a look at this macaroni and cheese here. This give this a go. Just a small bowl, because again, there's just so much in this. It smells like unbelievable. Hands down, the best I've ever had. Absolutely no contest. It is a lot of work, but try it, make it. It's delicious, and it'll reheat well too. I know that's tough with a lot of mac and cheeses, but not this one. I'm Ken from Flavor Lab. Please like, can't hold up, and please subscribe.